It's TBISC, the best in sports entertainment. Quick question for the audience. The question I have is, which sport would you rather your child play? Would you rather your child play NBA basketball or NFL football? In my opinion, I think that both sports pose a challenge to your child possibly getting injured, but some risks are a lot more extensive. Like the NFL, these players, the life of an NFL player is very, very short, whereas you can see an NBA player can play for 20 years. But there are some positions in the NFL whereas though a child can, last long. Like the quarterbacks sometimes have more longevity than, any other position. NFL is a real brutal sport. I mean, you can get hurt. One play can change your life. One play, you could be walking around. Next time, you can be paralyzed from the neck down, or even worse, you can lose your life. Sometimes I've seen it happen on the NFL field. And then afterwards, after you're done playing in the NFL, you can have mental struggles, mobility issues, and things of that nature. Whereas though it can be hard for you to live once you're done playing. NBA, on the flip side, you can't really. You can have injuries, ACLs, things of that nature, broken ankles, whatever the case may be, but it's not as brutal as it can happen to you on the NFL field. In my opinion, I would rather my child play NBA basketball or any other sport, because NFL can be really, really damaging to an individual who's playing football. Your thoughts, man?
My thoughts is, first and foremost, we play, or we take up an occupation or a job for the money, right?
Yeah.
To provide for our families, for ourselves. And right now, talking about them two sports,
yeah,
I'm gonna get a little bit more intricate than than what you said.
Mm-hmm.
The money is way better in the NBA.
Yeah.
They get them dudes is all guaranteed.
Yeah.
Whereas though the NFL, they get a contract, they might get $100 million contract, but it'd be a signing bonus of you might get 10 million or 20 million out of this 100 million.
Uh-huh.
Or you might play a 5-year contract, 2 years and get hurt, they cut you don't get that money.
Yeah.
And then the sport, by it being so violent, NFL I'm talking about, so violent, like you really, like I said, the life expectancy on an NFL player is not even 10 years barely.
Yeah.
They get in it, it's so short. Mm-hmm. It's so short. You'll be lucky to get you a strong, like the dudes like Tom Brady and all of them that have surpassed 10 years, they're very extremely lucky that they didn't take an injury or anything, like you said, a head injury or a tissue injury, ACLs and stuff like that, and torn Achilles and tendons. This stuff pits you out. And then for the money, it's really not even worth it. And I'm not making it because I would love to get paid the NFL money. I would love one little week check. Uh-huh. But if I had to pick for my child to play a sport, and he was good in football and basketball, I would try to encourage him to go hard on, the basketball. But ultimately, it'd be left up to my child's decision what he wants to ultimately play.
And ultimately, the average NFL career is about 3.5 years, whereas though the average NBA career is 5 years. But if you actually look at NFL players when they're done, their mental aspect is more intact. I believe they have their mind is more.
You say NFL or NBA?
I'm sorry. NBA players. I apologize.
Okay.
NBA players, when they're done playing the game after they retire,
yes,
or they just move on to something else, they still have a lot of their faculties.
When the last time you seen an NBA player taking blunt head injury? I'm not saying it don't happen.
Yeah.
But when is the last time you can recall? You can get broken legs and fibulas because they jumping around and they entangling legs and body parts.
Yeah.
But when is the last time that you heard of an NBA player being concussed or anything something to do with the head? Not to say that it doesn't happen.
Yeah. But also the NBA, they're really strict. You can't even hit nobody in the face without getting a flagrant 2 or a flagrant whatever.
But this is why the NFL is implementing these rules that they're implementing. Like right now, if you breathe on a person, especially a quarterback, too hard, you will be fined and out of the game.
Yeah.
But it's next. I'm not gonna say it's next to impossible, but when you try to, judge between the two sports, of where the injuries come from most, the NFL is Brian Dawkins once said, he said, I get paid millions of dollars to run full speed into grown men.
Yeah.
And there you go for you right there.
Yeah.
In a nutshell.
And so and then the NFL, they're trying to basically
Knock you out in
they
that
want,
field.
they want to kill you. Basically,
Their objection is
They get cheers for
the
that.
defense get applauded if he knocks out the opposing team quarterback
and even the running back, if he runs over a defender,
and leave you sitting there dizzy and punch drunk.
yeah,
And step all on your helmet and keep it going to the end zone. He is applauded for this
Yes.
violent effort.
yeah.
And there you go.
So the NFL, no matter how much they try to change the rules,
And then they pay them a little bit of money at the end of the day.
Yeah. So the NFL, even though they're trying to change the rules, they're never going to be able to save the players. Even they're changing the helmets, they're changing all the technology, the pads.
To try to know when your body ready to go into shock, and which is good though. We need this. We need more of this to protect the well-being of our players. These are our players. They do this for our entertainment. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, you still want to protect these people because they are human beings like we are.
Yes, and I agree. But so we sit here today both in agreement that if our child had to choose a sport to play and be a professional at it, we both would choose our children to play NBA basketball.
Why? Because in both categories, NBA wins. You're less likely to take a bruising like the NFL players do, and you're going to make more money, guaranteed money, than the NFL players do.
So hold on, before we switch to the next topic, why do you think that the NFL game is more popular than the NBA game? Is it because of the physicality?
Because of the violence. Look at Rome. When they had the tournaments and they was in them pits and the people would come in the stands all in Rome, that's a modern day Rome. They was in the chariots and they was doing what they riding, they got the spikes on the whip. This is violence. Yeah. This is a lower grade than back in Rome days violence, but this is a violent sport. The running back could run over a 5. Remember that time when Marshawn Lynch was running on them, the Saints? Yeah. And he was bowling people out his way all the way to the end zone, about 80 yards of violence. This was just a highlight of people's lives. Oh my God. Everybody wanted to be Marshawn Lynch because it's a violence. So I don't know, for some reason that just gets the blood flowing in the observer. Yeah. Like, oh, he did that. And I'm sorry to say, but that's just, I know you guys is, sitting there like, but you agree. Yeah. You want to see that
You want to see that. So you got to be willing to basically, like you say, die on an NFL field.
Yeah.
In order for people to actually be entertained or say that you are that type of player or you are that, or what they say.
Or like they say, beast mode.
Yeah. So
I don't say that for nothing.
So listen, children and mothers, fathers, parents, grandparents, be careful what sport you choose to put your child in. It's TBISC, the best in sports entertainment.
And only Pete Crack. I'm live in the building with my brother Hollow Man. Here to check out the new clothing line, all the new fly stuff he got for the summer. I know he well known for like custom making stuff, one-on-one type of vibe. That's really what I came here for, but I bumped into a sweatsuit. I'm a sweatsuit North Philly type of kid. This is my favorite color, so that's what we doing today. But definitely got a lot of stuff coming up this summer, a lot of music, a lot of visuals, and I'm gonna need his hand in it, you know what I mean? Custom made stuff, one-on-one, nothing off the rack. Hollow Man, I need you, baby, let's go. Ring.